Well, after the election on the 5th of May, Sinn Fein were returned with 16 councillors in Belfast City Council. That meant that Sinn Fein were the biggest party in the city. And what the DUP and the Ulster Unionists did was form a block, a unionist block. They called themselves the Belfast City Hall Unionist Group, which would have given them a number of around 19. And of course that was an attempt to exclude our party from positions in committees and to deny us the choice of mayor in particularly this first term. And of course to exclude the SDLP and Alliance as well. It was nothing more than a cynical initiative to try and exclude the people that we represent in the city. Of course we wouldn't put up with it. So what we did was that we, in discussions with Alliance and the SDLP, we called a special meeting of the council which was held earlier this week to amend the standing orders, the rules that govern the working of the council, to amend it to say and refer to political parties as opposed to political agreements. And what that has meant was that, that the allocation of chairs, vice chairs and the allocation of seats on the various committees in the council are done on the basis of proportion, on the basis of the electoral strength, and the seats returned by each of the parties. We therefore were given a choice on the basis of that, of what year and who we want as our nomination for mayor. And we hope tonight we will be nominating a young man called Niall from the short Strand as our nomination for mayor, and we're hoping that all goes well. He'll be elected as the one of, if not the youngest mayor in the city, in the history of the city. He's a young fella, community activist, Gaelgeoir. He's been a party activist and a party worker for some time. And we hope over the course of the year, if he is elected as mayor, to highlight, because in particular he is a young fella, to focus on youth engagement, youth outreach. There are thousands of young people in this city who have turned off to politics, don't bother voting. Young people living on the margins, homeless. Young people who have been the victims of marginalisation and exclusion. And indeed, young people who have taken their own lives. And we're hoping to use his position of mayor over the course here to reach out to young people in particular, but also those people who feel they've been excluded or marginalised in some way. So we're hopeful that Niall, particularly as a young person, will start to make a difference in that regard. So it's a big night for us. Come on.
Well, Tána, Hasram, a bheith mar ard vera ar an cathair seo, tá mé har a bheith brodo, gur roiniú mé le bheith carthan tosaí mar ard vera na cathairach. Agus tá mé súil go mór le céilearú na Gaeilge le linn tréimhde sogamsa mar ard vera. Tá mé a dúil go mór le carthan cinn na teanga, agus tá mé a dúil go mór le rá le daoine nach bhfuil taithir bí acu ar an Gaeilge. Nach rudder bí dúiltacha, nach rudder bí ar cóir dífa a bheith agla ar thufa dúda, gur rud dearfach é den cathair, agus gur rud ar láfasiúd cumá. Well, it's a significant night. I've been told that I am the city's youngest mayor. I still need confirmation on that. And through that, I'm determined to give an example to some of our young people, not least those who do feel left behind, those who do feel that they haven't got a role in their community or in their city, to say, listen, the onus is on us to put the hand out to them, to give them a role, to support them, to work with them, because they have a lot to offer. Our city, they always have, and they will again in the future. This means a lot to me personally. It means a lot to my family. I'm from a Republican family. I'm actually tonight wearing the fáinne of my late grandfather, which was presented to him from the copper piping of the Alrata prison ship when he was interned there in the 1930s and 40s. So it's a proud night for us. It's a proud night for the community that I come from, one that feels it has been overlooked and hasn't had a voice for so long. So I'm determined to bring that voice and to bring that chin of yaw into the heart of this chamber.
first of all, which is great for the city, we will bring an overall and collective Republican point of view to the major political position in the city. He's young, he's dynamic. Traditionally, this position of mayor would have been filled by somebody, you know, an old person with a pinstripe suit and grey hair. Now, okay, he's got a suit and he's got grey hair, but he's very young. And that's brilliant. You know, think about him as a person as well, developing into this role. He's 25 years old. This will probably be one of his best developing years as a person. Now, as the year goes on, the city will see that. The city will reflect a growing Niall in that position, but there's a growing city, and he will hopefully capture the essence that Belfast is about. He's a Gaelgeoir. That's not to say that the whole of Belfast is. It isn't. But there are many cultural aspects to this city. Him being a Gaelgeoir says to the rest of the city, it's great to be who you are. It's brilliant to be who you are. And no matter what background you're from, Niall O'Donnelly will support you. He will drive your agenda, and he'll not leave anybody out. So it's brilliant.
Well, it's clearly a new day. When I was last a Belfast City Councillor, I was barred from the Lord Mayor's parlour, not for abusing the barman, but in fact Sinn Fein was barred from the parlour, from committee chairs, from outside bodies, and basically we were, and our voters therefore were treated as second-class citizens. So it's good to see that wheel turn in a positive way. I felt in the chamber tonight that the DUP realised that the day of equality has come, I suppose. They're a bit like a busted beach ball. There was a token resistance to the fact that we were going to put into the position of first citizen a young Gaelgeoir from Short Strand, East Belfast, someone who represents everything that's great about the city of Belfast. But I think in their heart of hearts they know that the game is up, and really they need to work with the rest of us. And I suppose that the real message tonight, and there will be celebration in Republican and nationalist communities, that's good, and it's a long time coming, these changes, but the real message is to the unionist minority that we want to work with them, want to reach out to them, that, as the good book says, a house divided against itself cannot stand, and that we really want to see them help us build the new Belfast.
Well, I think we've covered this before, but it certainly was a privilege for myself to come in here in 1983 as the first representative of the party here in Belfast. And when you stand back here now, in this particular year, we have the largest team here once again in the council. We now have the first choice under the hunt for the mayorship. We now have a right of 2 Lord Mayors in this current term. What an achievement for the party, what an achievement for the Republican people of Belfast. And I think what's particularly very, very encouraging tonight, a bit of a thrill actually, we have such a young person in Niall O'Donnelly who's been elected as the Lord Mayor of Belfast, 25 years of age. That's a great tribute to him, because obviously he's been picked from a very strong Sinn Fein team here. So the fact that he's been brought in here, having only been elected a few weeks, given the first Lord Mayorship of this particular term at 25 years of age, great personal tribute to Niall, but it's a great message to send out to the young people of Belfast that they have a role at the highest echelons of civic life in Belfast. Great tribute to the party, great tribute to people who voted Sinn Fein to make this happen.
I think this just confirms everything that we thought about Sinn Fein building a strong base within the Short Strand. It's always been a Republican heartland, and I think tonight shows that it's still a Republican heartland, and it will only grow in strength, especially with the result here tonight. It's a brilliant result. A local fella who was born and reared in the Short Strand and continues to live here to this day. He's a strong leadership role for the party, not only within the Short Strand but also throughout Belfast. And tonight's performance in City Hall just confirms that.
A young Republican Gaelgeoir, what do you think he'll bring to the job of Mayor?
I think he'll add his own uniqueness. He's the first Gaelgeoir within City Hall, and particularly taking on the Mayor's role. I think he'll offer new opportunities and challenges. He'll open up the City Hall to ensure that it's more inclusive to represent the Republican population within the city, but also Gaelgeoirs that live throughout the city. Let them for once feel that they're part of the City Hall and that they can have as much uses of it as anybody else can. I think he'll also put out the hand of friendship to the unionist communities, because Niall has been involved in unionist outreach work, particularly with working class Protestant areas, and I think he'll show leadership and continue that role and show his commitment to those projects.
It's a great day for Ballinmacar, short Strand, and I know all the Republican and Nationalist people in the area are absolute, as you can see by the crowds that turned out here today, the support for Niall to be elected Lord Mayor was beyond our own wildest dreams, but at the same time, no better man. Couldn't have went anywhere else.
It's Fraser Lynn. I haven't seen 2 cavalcades in 2 weeks in a long time, I have to say. But in typical fashion, he's come out for one of our own. I don't have a terrible lot to say other than to say I'm very grateful to me at the Buick. I'm very happy, I'm very proud to come from this community. I'm very proud that this community has had its day today, and it'll have plenty more days over this year and in years to come. So thanks very much.